Hi everybody, today I'm going to show you how to make a Naruto headband.
So, I have these leggings that I don't wear anymore, and they'll make the perfect fabric for the headband part. I'm just going to cut the leg in half and then cut a thin strip from it. I'm going to use this lint roller to clean up any little dust or cat hairs that may have gotten stuck to it. And I have a soda can. I'm going to use that for the metal part of the Naruto headband. And you have to be extra careful when you're dealing with this because you can get your finger badly sliced. Not even just thinly, you can get a really deep cut, so be super careful with this part. I was going to just use foil, but I thought the foil would be too wrinkly and I wanted something more smooth, so that's why I chose the soda can. You should also make sure to clean up really well any little particles of metal that fall off because they'll be sharp, and if you step on them, it can cut you and go right in your foot. So be extra cautionary with this part. Now I'm just going to use my regular scissors to define the shape and cut away excess, and also washcloth to wipe away any leftover soda so this isn't sticky. It's still going to be sharp even if I file this, but I'm just trying to make the corners just a little bit dull. But even if you file it, I wouldn't recommend sliding your finger across it because you could easily get cut. So here's how it looks on the fabric, and I'm going to try to shape this a little bit so that it will fit the head area better by rolling it a little bit in the opposite direction. Next, I have some cardboard. I'm just going to trace around the metal and then cut that shape out. I have some silver nail polish and I'm painting the sides. This way, if there's a certain angle that you're standing, it will look like the cardboard appears as if it's metal underneath of the metal part that's going to be in front of it. When you glue this down with hot glue, you might want to use a piece of fabric, or I'm using my nail buffer here to press the metal onto the cardboard because it's very hot. And my video got cut off, but I also used super glue because the edges lifted up a little bit and super glue really helped out. I also tapped all around the edges with a hammer so that the metal was hugging the cardboard part really well, and then I used the hot glue to glue it onto the fabric. I'm using some air dry clay to make the 6 small circles and the Naruto symbol. Once I make these parts out of clay, I'm going to need to let them air dry overnight, and then the next day I will put some super glue and paint them. If your circle got a little lopsided, just use a toothpick or something pointy to try to shape it up. So it's the next day and it's time to paint these little parts. I'm going to make a little drying stand using some tape and toothpicks. This way, when I paint them, as it's resting on a flat surface, the paint won't peel off and get stuck. And my Naruto symbol got broken. I think the nail polish softened up my air dry clay, and later on I changed it and I used a bendable metal. So I'm just using my silver nail polish again to paint these little circles, and I'm marking where I want them to go exactly on this headband part. So now it's time to glue things down. It's probably best to place the glue onto something else and dip the little circle into the glue and then glue it onto the headband, because you're going to get little strings of glue that will be hard to clean up. Since the metal surface is so smooth, hot glue won't really work that well. I recommend super glue. So here's my new Naruto symbol. It's made out of a bendable metal wire. I painted it black, it was purple before, and I'm rubbing it all in the glue and placing it on the headband. And I'm going to use a heavy book to weigh it down and press it down onto the headband, or else it will pop off. So it's about 10 minutes later. I'm just refreshing the paint for any parts that chipped off. I'm also going to put a clear layer of paint, and I have to remove any excess glue or paint that got onto the metal. I have this stuff called Glue Gone, and it actually is pretty helpful. And you can also use your nail to scrape away any excess glue, or a toothpick too. And to make it all look shiny, I'm putting a clear layer of nail polish. So here's how the finished headband is looking. This fabric seems to attract cat hair and dust, so I'm just going to clean it up one more time. Here's my youngest daughter. She's trying out the headband, and now I'm going to give it to my son. He liked it a lot, and he was a good model modeling out the headband that I made. And he really likes Naruto a lot. Ew! So Vincent has a bunch of anime posters, and he says that when he's not wearing it, he's going to hang it up over here. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you liked the video. And if you have an idea for an anime item you'd want me to make, leave a comment.